Hi everybody, it's me, BakaRed. Finally back making another movie. So I had a great time at Anime Minneapolis, and I'm actually going to show you guys how I made my Mama Grease cosplay. Well, the dress portion of it. But what's this? I'm not going to make it for myself. This time we have a special guest. My niece. She's going to be the little model today, okay? So we're actually going to be making it on her. But this applies to adults and children alike. So first of all, you're going to need a piece of fabric, similar to what we have. You're going to need a piece of fabric. Preferably, I would go with white or off-white or a cream color, something more historically accurate. But for this one, I went with silver just so you could see the difference. Now, sometimes you are going to need like something to wear underneath it. But okay, so come over here, sweetie. Okay, first we're going to make sure that the fabric is big enough. I think it's big enough. Do you think it's big enough?
Yes.
Good girl. Okay, now I need you to, we're going to fold the edge of this over a little bit until it's touching both her shoulders and the ground. Okay, so it's touching the shoulders and the ground. Now we want this little fold over visible because that's how the ancient Greeks did it. And we're gonna make sure it goes all the way around. Now this piece of fabric is a little bit long, but that's okay because we kind of need it a bit long. Okay, I need you to stick your arms out now, sweetie. Thank you. Now then, we're gonna measure for armpits. Okay? That way she has enough room to put her outfit, her arms in and out comfortably. Can you move your arm comfortably? Okay, that's good. Now, we're gonna take a safety pin and we are going to pin it. Okay, I can open it. Excellent. Now we are going to pin it right at the shoulder, like so. Go on through. There we go. All the way through. Okay, that's one shoulder. Now we need to do the other shoulder. Now, it's not going to be a tight neckline for this. Nope, the ancient Greeks did not do tight necklines. In fact, it's going to be more of a loose, droopy neckline. A little droopy, but not too droopy. We don't want anything too low. And then, once again, we take another safety pin. And we pin it at this shoulder. We're going to pin it a little bit slightly more in. The same spot. Now, turn around. Thank you. See how it's still a little loose in the back, but not as loose as it is in the front? That's what we want. And it's okay if one side's a little longer than the other. That's actually great. Because one side, turn please, is going to tuck in like that, and then like that, and then you're just going to tack stitch it there. That way, you have a little bit of a drapey still. Okay, now that we're all pinned, we can actually get to the sewing. So, arms up please. Thank you. Now this part is really easy. Normally I would be very, very particular on color matching, which is why I have this thread, because it kind of matches the fabric. But so that you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to use black. Now first you tie it off, and then you start on the inside. It's very important to start on the inside. Inside. Make sure your needle is secure. Now hold your two sides together like so. Make sure it's aligned. And then simple whip stitch along the top until you are sure it is secure. Now is actually a great time to take the safety pin off because you don't really need it anymore. The safety pin was just to hold it in place while we were pinning. So, again, whip stitch across the top until you are sure it is secure. I do this multiple times, so just so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. See, there's the two edges, and then I'm just going to go around and around and around. And I'm going to keep doing this until I feel it's secure. Okay, now that we've finished our whip stitch on this shoulder, we're going to take the needle and we're going to see where it is right here. We're going to take the needle, go underneath so that we are underneath, like that. We are going to pull it through and we are going to tie it off. Make sure that your knot is nice and tight. And now we do the other shoulder. Start inside your fabric, just along the top edge, like so. Pull through. And whip stitch all the way along. Oops. My knot is trying to show through. Make sure your knot does not show through. You do not want the knot to show through. So whip stitch along the top, and we can take out the safety pin now that it's secured. And a bunch of stitches just to make sure it stays in. Now again, as I've said, normally I would be using a color that blended in as closely as I could with this. But this is so that you all can see what I'm doing. So I'm using a different colored thread. Normally you want to get it as close as you can. Invisible thread, if you can get it, and if you feel confident using it, is actually great for this. Now, this is a Doric style outfit, so it's not as fancy as, say, the Ionic. But it is historically accurate. And again, we go inside to hide the stitch. And we tie it off nice and tight. And we're gonna tie it one more just to make sure. Okay, now then, that's the shoulders. Now, if you want, you could add a few buttons to look like clasps, like the cloak pin type things that they would have used to secure their chitons at the shoulder. Because essentially, yes, they were basically big pieces of fabric that they secured. Come over here, sweetheart. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we're gonna make sure that it still fits right. So, arms up, please. I need one of your arms over here, sweetheart. Over here. There you go. And down we go. Isn't that adorable? Is it adorable? Okay, now that that's sitting on the shoulders where it should, can you turn to the side a little so that everyone can see? This way. Good girl. Now then. Then you just tuck it under here, and you can use a safety pin, or you can stitch it in place, or you can secure it with the rope, with your belt. Doesn't really matter. Just so long as it is secured and will stay, that's all that matters. That's secure and it'll stay. Safety pin is like if you're just in a rush to do this. Okay, there we go, and then a little draping over the shoulder. Now then, as you can see, it's a 2-layered effect on her. Like that. 2-layered effect on her, but still adorable. So then you just put a little belt to cinch it in, making sure that a little bit stays over the shoulder. And there you have it, a Mama Grease cosplay. Then you can style the hair in a way that's Grecian. I went with a historically accurate looking style. And you can even add a little Grecian style border. I will show you some pictures of borders that you can use along the edge of this and along the bottom edge. Is your head itchy? Okay, so that's a Mama Grease cosplay. This has been BakaRed and her lovely assistant, my niece. It's been great doing another video for you guys. Hopefully I will have another video to do this summer, maybe an item review. Who knows? Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!